It is officially, let's have a look, 5:32 in the morning. And why am I standing in front of a dartboard? Well, we're off to the World Championship darts today, live on Sky Sports. And I'm getting up early to do a run. Of course I am. The challenge today, I've got the cheapest fragrance I can find in my collection. I want to see if it can get me through the whole day. Can it survive with beer being all thrown over me? Can it survive a run? We're going to test that. So let's go talk about the fragrance. Shh, everyone's still asleep at the minute. But good morning. So, yes, as you would have just heard, I am literally getting ready to go for a run in a minute. I'm still in my pyjamas actually at the moment. But essentially, what I want to do today is I want to take this fragrance out for a run. And it is called Jeff Banks Revive. Jeff Banks, they do some really, really cheap fragrances. Don't know if you can get this one anymore, but there's always one in the line. Get it in shops like Home Bargains, essentially really cheap shops, and on eBay some people tend to sell them as well. What I'm going to do though today, I'm going to wear it on my run, see if it survives the run. I'm going to spray my clothes I'm wearing to the darts today, and then just see how much I can smell it at checkpoints, during the breaks, on the sessions, and yeah, just see how long it lasts. How much did I pay for this? So I got this about 2 years ago, I want to say. Recommendation from my brother. My brother loves fragrances, knows more about them than me, spends more than me on them. And he really liked this one. I think someone at work wore it, asked what it was. So for him to do that, that's quite a big thing. So yeah, it's called Jeff Banks Revive. I'm going to just quickly read the note breakdown, tell you what's in it, just in case it's something that you can get again, because it's a very, very interesting fragrance in terms of how it smells. So the top notes are pistachio, bergamot, cardamom and pink pepper. Bright, slightly spicy and fresh, gives an energetic citrus spice opening. Do I get that? Spray my hoodie for now. Definitely the pink pepper. So you definitely get that pink pepper. Not getting the cardamom or the nut sort of smell really. Just the pink pepper in the opening. Quite feminine opening actually for this one. The heart, tuberose, yang yang, jasmine. Again, that probably leaves that feminine smell actually reading that. Creamy floral, more sensual, defines the character after initial burst settles. Yeah, it's definitely very floral. Jasmine and yang yang tend to be together in a lot of the phrases, particularly in the heart. You definitely detect it here. Very much that floral, creamy sweetness that you'd associate a lot with women's fragrances, but it's very pleasant. If you like that light floral sort of smell, white florals, very nice. Base notes dry down. So coconut, amber, tonka bean, benzoin, warm, sweet, resinous and lasting, gives depth and lingering presence on the skin over hours. From what I've had experience with this fragrance, again, I've not gone through a lot of it, about 60% left I'd say. I found the performance isn't too bad and it's not amazing, but it certainly lasts, and that's the florals. But the thing I'm really getting with this fragrance is the coconut with the floral component in that heart, but it's really strong. It's almost got this sun cream type smell to it. A little bit of benzoin, but it's not really, resinous, woodsy, anything like that. I don't get anything particularly too strong. Nothing particularly masculine actually. It's a nice coconutty smell with white florals. That's what I particularly detect. So yeah, what we'll do then, so that's the fragrance. I'm going to go put my running stuff on, and yeah, we'll go and get out there for a run. I'll just give you my initial impression and see if anything's changed. $20 sprays. It's cheap, who cares? But yeah, the smell hasn't really changed. I just smelled my hoodie, and it's still very much that floral. I didn't realise actually how floral this was. Sometimes when you smell these fragrances, you detect an overall smell, but when you look at the note breakdown, that's when you start to recognise certain notes. And it's really that heart that stands out here. Again, the cardamom, the pistachio, not really getting anything too nutty. It's just that coconut really that's really what I'm picking up in the base and the floral components. But it's quite strong. It has got a bit of cheapness in the opening. You can see I'm already struggling to breathe a little bit. But it's not harsh in terms of burning your nostrils. It's just very cloying, very synthetic. But yeah, really recommend Jeff Banks. Something I really like, I just want to quickly mention. They actually have a neck on the lid. I hate cheap fragrances that don't. I was just seeing if I had one out, but I don't. But sometimes they don't come with this little bit here. Always worry about fragrances leaking then. But yeah, it's a pretty decent cap. Fits on fine. Not going to fall off. You don't want to pick it up like that though, because it will. 100ml for £4.99. Can't go wrong. So do recommend Jeff Banks. If you can get this one, I'd be interested if you had it before to let me know your thoughts. But right, I'm putting off the run here. I'm waffling on because I can't really be bothered. But come on, let's get out there and I'll review it during my run. it's quite windy, but it's only 5:52 a.m. I've got my head torch on, and yeah, I'm glad to be out. I got home from work at 10:30 yesterday, so to be doing that this quickly tells you I must be pretty motivated. But I'm also excited because I'm at the darts today, and yeah, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, let's talk about the fragrance. So, initial thoughts: it's been about 40 minutes since I applied it. Well, about 20 minutes actually since I applied it, and it's easy to detect. I put 20 sprays. I put a lot on today because it's so cheap. You can overspray on this one. I'm not having to reach for it at all. I've just changed direction with the wind behind me, and it's so easily there. You know, if someone went by me now running, walking, I reckon they'd pick up the trail. And I think that's quite common with really synthetic fragrances. Look, this is really synthetic, but it definitely has that sun cream vibe. And I think coconut sometimes can be one of those notes where it is a little bit cloying, particularly with these florals in it. But it's not unpleasant. I'm not saying it's necessarily suited to this occasion. And I think in general, just from my experience of this, I think this would last about 3 to 4 hours. Do I think this will get me through my run today? Yes, I do, because it's only an hour or so I'm going out. I think it's going to have no issues at all. I think by the end of this, it'll be 80% as strong. But going to the darts today, so how are we getting there? Well, it's in London, Alexandra Palace, and look, we've got different modes of transport today. Getting a lift, first of all, to the station, then the train station, and that's like 2 hours on the train. Then we're getting on a bus, and then we get to the venue, and the session starts at 12:30. So it's going to be about 4 hours since I applied, 5 hours actually since I applied the ferry to when the session starts. So even if it gets me to London, I think that'd be a success today, £4.99, and then later on we'll be going out for a curry. So by the end of the day, I'm not expecting this to last, but it'd be interesting to just put this fragrance through its paces. Can a £5 fragrance last the whole day with beer being thrown, the smell of curry, the smell of all these other things? We'll see. But yeah, so far on my run, it's pretty strong, 95%, but you'd expect that. It's only just started. Right, we're going to talk about a little bit about darts now in the next part. So if anyone doesn't know much about their darts, well, today or this time of year, Christmas is all about darts for me. It's the PDC World Darts Championship, which is live on Sky Sport, and I'm very lucky. I have to say, I'm extremely grateful. I've got a ticket for this, for the VIP, through a lady whose husband I used to run with quite a lot as well, and we tend to go up as a little group because she has an allocation of tickets. So I'm very, very grateful and very thankful to actually be able to go. And if you haven't seen the darts before, don't think of it just being this sort of boring thing where people throw arrows at a board. It is the biggest party. People dress up in fancy dress, all sorts of things. You know, there'll be beer flying everywhere, big walk-ons with loud music, dancers on stage. It's an entertainment business as much as it is professional sport. So it's just gone 6:30. Look how bright my head torch is. I haven't even charged it. But that has gone by since I applied the fragrance. And you may be able to tell, it's just dropped actually, but the wind is in my face now on the way back. And what I would say with this, just from my initial impressions, the fragrance is still pretty strong. It's about 80% there. But up close, when I just did this a minute ago, pulled my top up, you know, up close it's still very harsh, very synthetic. But when it's like this, and I'm just running, I'm not deliberately thinking about it or reaching for it, it's very pleasant. And I think this is why my brother said good things about it when he first had it, or when he first smelled it on someone and asked what it was, is that in the air, and I say this for a lot of synthetic fragrances, they tend to smell better in the air, even clones. It's much harder to detect a clone from a distance if someone's passing by you in the centre and the sillage than it is if you're just doing a sniff test. And this one's exactly the same. In the air, this is really pleasant. can't smell my fragrance, so
It's dark.
yeah, the cheap fragrance hasn't lasted. So yes, can't smell the fragrance at all. It is so loud in there though, but I don't smell bad. At least it's kept the smell away. But yeah, no strength now, no performance. Probably expected. We are home. It is 22:53. You think about it, I left for a run this morning at like 5:45, was it? That early? And it's now nearly 11 o'clock at night. Yes, I'm very tired, but what an amazing day it's been at the darts. Getting players' autographs, being in the VIP, treated like royalty, I have to say, and yeah, what an experience. However, of course, this is a fragrance video, and did the fragrance particularly last today? Well, no, it didn't. I have to say, obviously, performed really well on my run, but yeah, then the Jeff Banks race did just start to deteriorate, and when I first got on train, the train was super busy. Obviously, Christmas time, Christmas shopping, it didn't last. And when you're paying $4.99 for something like this, do I expect it to really last? Probably not. But that opening is strong. If you want a cheap synthetic fragrance with a nice strong opening, this will give you that. No problem at all. And I expect that's probably the same for a lot of these Jeff Banks fragrances. But yeah, if you just want something that's going to get you through the whole day, not so sure this is going to do it. And again, the main thing that I feel with this, it's just very much sickly sweet synthetic, but that is what you're paying for. You get what you pay for sometimes in life, and look, ultimately I still don't think anyone can say bad things about this. You will still smell pretty nice, and it's not a horrible smell, it's not off-putting, it's not skanky. So if you're happy to wear synthetic and a bit cheaper, then yeah, look at Jeff Banks. It's another brand to look at. Yes, they discontinue a lot of fragrances, but you'll find them in plenty of shops like Home Bargains in the UK as well. But yeah, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the slightly different content with a bit of the darts footage as well. I've certainly had an amazing day, and I'll be looking forward to getting up early again tomorrow to a fitness fragrance review. So until then, I'll catch you later.